Here's a short tutorial that's going to help you create your annotated bibliography for your final project. So if you've never created an annotated bibliography before, an annotated bibliography just means a bibliography or a list of works cited and with little annotations underneath it. And I Googled annotated bibliography examples to show you an example of what an annotated citation looks like. So you need 10 sources, and for each source you cite it in either APA or MLA format, like this. This is showing APA format, what I just highlighted, that. And underneath it, it contains what's called an annotation. An annotation just means a summary, or a summary with some sort of evaluation. So you could give a couple of sentences of what the book or resource is about, and then maybe say why it would be good for your project, or what kind of project it would really be good for. If maybe you think that it would be better for a longer project, or if only a couple of chapters are worthwhile, say that. So just I need a couple of sentences about each of the sources. And so I need this because I want to make sure that you haven't just given me a list of 10 things that have, you know, words according like your topic in them. I want you to give me a little bit more about why you chose each of the works. Okay, so like I said, 10 sources. Now, I had mentioned in the Unit 7, or the final units, sorry, I'm a little bit confuddled right now, in the description of it, that you can use some of the things you found in assignments 2, 3, and 4, and so use as much of those as you would like. You can use the websites you found, the journals you found for assignment 3, and the books that you found in the catalog for assignment 2. You can use those in your annotated bibliography. If you stuck with the same topic, then half of it is already done for you, and it's easy from there. You just have to put it all together. Now, one thing you may have a problem with is citing sources correctly, and so here is some ways that you can do that. If you go to LibGuides by subject, slowly, this first one under the most popular guides is citing sources. So if you click on that, this is going to have some resources for you. Why isn't it going? There we go. This is going to have some resources for you no matter what it is that you're doing. If you're doing MLA, and really it doesn't matter if you do MLA or APA, if you're more familiar with one over the other, then use that one. If you're already writing a final paper in MLA for something else, go for it. Just use MLA. But you have to use one or the other. You can't put one citation in MLA and the next one in APA. So click on whichever one you're using, and they'll have some resources for you. You can always go look at the MLA Handbook for Writers of Research Papers, or if you want to look at things entirely online, you can use some of the links here that are provided for you. The main one is the Purdue Online Writing Lab, and they have a lot of really good information on a variety of subjects with having to do with writing, but specifically with creating citations. And so that is one really good place to go to find out how to cite things correctly. Another thing you can do is use an online site that creates citations for you. So I'm just going to type in knight cite, like a knight in shining armor, and cite, CITE, like citation. And I know that knight cite is a good and reliable service for creating citations. So you can see here it's from Calvin University. And so this is calvin.edu/library/knightsite, and it's the first one that comes up when I Google knightsite. Click on it. And it's probably very slow right now because I'm sure a lot of people are using it. So over here on the left, you choose MLA, APA, or Chicago. You'll be either using MLA or APA. And then pick the kind of resource that you're looking for. So if you're doing your reference work, you just pick reference work. Periodical, if you're doing your journal articles, then you pick journal, and you fill in all of the information. Now you'll notice that this one is for a book and it has edition, volume, blank of blank. Sometimes books are only one edition and sometimes they're not part of a volume, so don't worry about these parts of the form if your book doesn't have them. Now every book's going to have a title, you obviously have to have that, but just to say how many authors it has, and use these boxes to put in as much of the information as you possibly can. When you press submit, it's going to give you a citation. You could copy and paste that into your annotated bibliography. Now just make sure that you type everything in here correctly and that it looks all uniform. Once you have all of your 10 sources on the page, they should all look alike. They should have a hanging indent, and if you don't know how to do that, you can always Google that. How to do a hanging indent in Word, or if you use something else, and you could go through. There's a million people online trying to help you do all of these things. So just the most important thing is to keep your citations consistent and have them looking good and have all of your punctuation in the right area, and you should probably be fine. So just make sure that you've got your formatting under control there. And really those are the best sources for creating citations. If you have any questions about completing the final, please feel free to ask me. I'll be more than happy to clarify any questions that you have about the specific parameters of what's required.